All right, everybody, welcome to our client support call. My name is Dominic Bizzurdo. I'm a regional director with Optavia. You know what? Let me fix something on the screen real quick. Hang on one second. There we go. That's better. All right. So, client support. Thank you all for joining us for our Monday night support call. Tonight, we're going to recap kind of what we did last week, and we're going to have a interesting topic, one that I think you guys will like. So we're going to get into that right after this. But last week, we talked about how to integrate our clients into our community with support. So, and that's a great support is introducing them to our community and getting them integrated to where they feel they meet, they know that the support is there. So ways we do that is through the health assessment, updating that weekly with our check-ins with them. Another way is sending them the welcome email, the new client email that we send out when they first do their orders, so they can start watching videos, kind of get a background, see what we're all about, see kind of the professionalism that we bring as health coaches. It's not just another run-of-the-mill fly-by-night. I mean, what we do, we're professionals, and our business is very professional. So the different resources that we have available to give to our clients, a lot of them they can see right away that they know, hey, this is different. This is going to be great. This isn't just a diet. They're looking to change my life. This is a lifestyle. So it starts right away with that welcome email when they place their order. Also adding them to our client support groups on Facebook. So I know there's a few, depending on whose organization that you're in. So there is a few different sites, from Discovering Health to Healthy Habits to Journey to Health, I believe it is. So there's a few. But adding them there, seeing that there's a group of people with the same goal that they have on the same journey is super powerful. And then the inspiration that they get, the tips, the success stories, even when individuals are struggling, and we can uplift them in those groups. So very, very powerful, those client support groups. So it really gives them a lot of support. And then inviting them onto our client support Zooms. So Wednesday nights, we have calls, we have Zooms that are strictly about the program. It's clients that are on their journey, and it's individuals that they may relate to. Definitely, that's a powerful way to let them know that, hey, they're not in it by themselves at all. There's real people doing real things, having some of the same issues, and overcoming some of the issues that they're having, and different tips on how to do that. So those calls are always great. Just to make them feel more comfortable and inspire them on their journey. So client support Zooms. And we also talked last week about how to help a struggling client, getting mentorship involved, different resources that we have at our fingertips to actually help struggling clients. So we went into that. So that was pretty good. And then at the end of the call, we wrapped it up with what to do when a client goes MIA, and what our mindset should be around that, and realizing that, hey, it's their journey. It's not our journey. It's about being available and meeting them where they want to be. So throwing the ball to them, and if they throw it back, great. If not, we just keep reminding them that we're here for them on their journey, and we just keep letting them know that the support is there. So when they are ready to come back to us and reach back out to us, we're there. And sometimes, life just happens. Sometimes things happen randomly, and individuals fall off our radars, and they go missing. And it's none of what our monkey brain had told us. It's just simply like James Richards said last week. My client lost their cell phone. The cell phone went crazy. They were off the radar for 3 or 4 or 5 days, whatnot. As soon as they got it up and running, they got their contacts, boom, they were back in action, and they loved that he was still trying to get in touch with them. And, that's what it's all about. Sometimes that's all they need, is just knowing that we're there for them, and that's the support that they need. So that was last week. It was a really good call. I really had a lot of fun with doing it. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about celebration calls and how those are key to support. We're going to talk about why we do them. Why would we want to celebrate them so often? Why are we doing that? And when When do we do those calls for individuals? So we're going to go over those. And we're also going to talk about health coaching and why it can be the best support you can give your client. So those are the topics today. So let's jump right in. We got about 20, maybe a little bit over 20 minutes to discuss these. So if you guys do have questions, there is going to be time at the end where we can speak about these questions, but it's very hard for me to see chats and things like that that are going on right now when we're in presentation mode. So if you have a question, feel free to write it down. I'll be happy to try to answer the best I can once we wrap this up, okay? So celebration calls. Why? Why celebration calls? The answer, to celebrate them, to have a good time with them. They're on this journey to health, and it could be probably pretty hard for some individuals. I mean, a lot of the clients that we have, they've had habits that they've been trying to fix, trying to overcome for 30, 40, 50 years of their life. And now they're in their first week, and we're asking them to change everything that they may be accustomed to. So when they do something good, we want to celebrate them. So if they're having a strong week, we want to celebrate them. Simply to have a party and let them know that we're happy for them and that there's people in their corner for them, because a lot of times these individuals may not have people in the corner for them. So celebration call, to celebrate them. Just like the name says, celebrate. Have a party. Have a good time with your clients. It should be fun to health coach, and they should have a fun experience while they're on their journey with you alongside with them. Celebrate them. And then we also would have a celebration call. This might sound weird, but to help them when they're struggling. So we're going to try to catch them doing something good and try to uplift their spirits and let them know that, hey, just them reaching out to us and making a decision to go and start our program and to get healthy, that's a win to begin with. So it's there to help them when they're struggling. So when you have a client that maybe hasn't lost the amount of weight that they thought they were going to lose, or they're struggling when they get put in situations with work and lunch is catered in, or the donuts, or somebody brings their favorite cake, that's something that they're struggling with. Let's get them on a call. Let's recognize it, and we try to help them with support. So don't get thrown off with celebration call, meaning we're always just going to celebrate them. It's something that you can do with your mentorship to help them. Okay, so we talked about last week how to help a struggling client. Celebration call. Find something that they're doing good that week, and let's bring it up, and then we can talk about the other struggles that they may be having. Okay, so it could be individuals. I think I had mentioned this before. They end up and they're at McDonald's, and all of a sudden, or they're at In-N-Out, and they're ordering cheeseburgers and their French fries, but then they cut it short and they said, you know what, I just ate the burger and I didn't eat the fries. Well, that's a win. Think about all the extra calories and all the extra fat that they could have taken in and consumed in their bodies. You know, they normally would have had 2 cheeseburgers and French fries, get them animal style or whatnot. But hey, they were struggling. The temptation pulled them over. Let's find something that went well during that interaction. During that event that occurred, okay? So help them when they're struggling and point out that, hey, before, what would you have done? How would it have been before? So to help them when they're struggling, have a celebration call. That's a good reason why. And to integrate them even more. So we had spoke about getting them on support calls and integrating them into the community last week. Well, what does a celebration call do? A celebration call basically forces them to meet other people that are in this community. And they start to get a feeling for who we are as Optavians, who we are as health coaches. Because a lot of the times, you got to think about it, they only know you. They don't know anybody else. They just know you. And they saw what you've done, and they want that. And then all of a sudden, this box arrives at their house with their program, and that's all they see is this box and your voice. So it helps integrate them to meet other individuals, and these other individuals are in your support group. So a lot of times they're your health coach, your mentor coach, or just another coach that may, well, I like doing this, is partnering up and introducing them to somebody that may have a similar story or background to them. So it helps them feel more comfortable with the community and getting to know the community, and it's just a great way to integrate them. Okay? Now, when do we have these celebration calls? Well, let's give some textbook answers first. So week 1, in between days 7 to 10, we want to have our first celebration call. Why at this point in time? Because they started the program by day 4 or 5, they should have been in fat burn, they should be feeling pretty good, and they should have some results. And we want to keep that momentum going. We want them to be happy. We want them to be excited. So we want to have a party for them. So we want to do this right away, because they're probably super nervous in the beginning, starting something new, going on to this program, not really knowing other people that are doing it. They could be the only person in their world doing it other than you. And this right away gets them involved, gets them meeting other people. We're having a party, having a good time, and we're celebrating their success and their victories. And that's key. We're celebrating their victory right away, because think about it. How often do these individuals get celebrated in their day-to-day? Who knows? A lot of times these individuals are going to work and they're getting beat up by their bosses every single day. They do something good, it's not even noticed. And now right away, we're letting them know that, hey, we're different. This is a different community. You want to be here. This is where you need to be, and you're going to keep that weight off. It's coming right away, and I can guarantee it. And you're showing them in days 7 to 10, they're getting the fill right away. So as soon as that first week momentum starts to die down, boom, all of a sudden they're picked back up, day 7 to 10, another party, and now they're good. Now we're moving forward. So week 1, days 7 to 10, and then at the end of their first month, so now they're 30 days in, let's have another call. Let's get them used to getting on these Zooms or calls, getting them introduced to other people in the community. Let's celebrate them, because now they're probably accomplishing a goal. I mean, whether it's 12 to 15 pounds down in their first month, some guys over 20 plus pounds. I know I had a guy lose 34 pounds. So we made this huge deal at the end of the first month. So that's something that you want to celebrate, because we just want to keep them coming for more, because their journey could be long. Depending on these individuals and their weight loss, maybe some of them are hitting their goal, and that is awesome. Maybe some of them have like 100 pounds to lose, and now it's, how do we keep the momentum? How do we keep the momentum? It's by doing calls like this, by doing Zooms like this. So we're constantly, reaffirming like what they've been doing well, and pointing that out to them, and letting them know that that support is there and that we're going. So it's just another way to prove that, hey, we're going to be with them every step of the way. We're hitting that goal. When they hit that goal, when they hit their goals, we're hitting the goal along with them. We're going to be there, walking across the finish line with them. So at the end of the first month is a great time to just circle the wagons again. Maybe they have some questions that have come up. Maybe things are different, and it's a great time to, just get in that environment with them, reintroducing them, and just moving forward with them. And then we can do them when they hit their goal and we're transitioning, when they're hitting other milestones that they've set. Maybe they've mentioned to you as part of their why they wanted to hike. I'm just throwing this out. This is a local hike, Claremont Loop, 5 miles. So 2.5 in, 2.5 out. And they've never done that, or they haven't been able to do it in 15 years. Let's celebrate that. Let's make a big deal out of everything. So transition. Once they've hit their goal, if they've hit any goals along the way, let's celebrate it. Let's make a big deal, because there's people that want to do it too. I mean, who doesn't want the positivity in the life, right? When my clients are doing something well, when my coach is buzzing about one of their clients, I want them to bring them to me. I want to hear it. It just makes me feel good. I mean, we all have our ups and downs too. And hearing somebody else's positivity come in, boom, perfect time. Because it's not only them, it's for you too. It just brings it back to why we're doing this. Makes you feel good too, just as they're feeling good, and we're all doing it. So basically, anytime at all, let's get them on a call. Let's get them on a Zoom. Let's do it anytime. Good, bad, fun, whatever it is, they have a question, let's get our mentorship in there. Let's get together. Let's talk. Let's just do it. Let's just have a great time. Let's build that relationship. Let's get to know them. So anytime, good, bad, transition, goals, then are structured 7 to 10 days into the first month, but really anytime that you can find an excuse to get your client onto a support call, it's going to help them and it's going to help you. And we want to let them know we're here for them, and the support is just overflowing. So their cup of support, just imagine a cup of water, it's just overflowing and constantly just overflowing. So they know that even if they were to fall off the program or they were to have a bad day, they know that, hey, there's a community there. There's people out there willing to help them. Because think about all those other individuals that go onto a diet. They have no health coach. They have no community. What do? They do the diet, then they lose the weight, and then they gain it all back, right? What does it say? About 85% of the time, they lose the weight and then gain it back and then more. I mean, it's crazy. So for individuals to know that there's this community out and they feel a strong pull from the community, it just helps them. So anytime that we can have a call or a Zoom, let's have the call or the Zoom so they know that it's there and they don't forget it. They won't forget it. They can't, because we've just been pulling them in, integrating them, helping them, and celebrating them. It's awesome. So anytime. So why offer health coaching to a client? And why is this in support? This is something that Josh had brought up and was like, hey, when should we bring this up? Why would we bring this up? And how is health coaching considered support by offering health coaching to them, sponsoring them to become a health coach? Why? Why health coaching? Why not health coaching is what I'm going to challenge you. Why not health coaching? I mean, we're all here. Think about it. Why not? Why wouldn't we do it? We're basically, I mean, if we're just showing the program to an individual, it's like an individual is drowning and we're just throwing the life preserver out to them and not even pulling them in. Why not, when we know that there's many different aspects that health coaching can help them with along their journey? I mean, right off the bat, we all know a client is and a coach is 5 times more likely to keep their weight off. I mean, they've done studies on it. Johns Hopkins did a study on why health coaches are 5 times more likely to keep the weight off. Why is it? It's because of you. It's because of me. It's because of people like us. I mean, let's all think about it. We're all still clients, right? Yeah, we have the title as health coaches or wellness coaches, but think about it. How many of us have struggled? How many of our weight has dipped, gone back up, but we were pulled back because of the community, those around us? Our friends are health coaches now, right? We have accountability groups. There's a men's group. There's a women's group, because we all know the struggle is real. The struggle is real. So in order for us to keep the weight off, why not introduce them to health coaching and this group of wonderful people? We're life changers. I mean, think about it. If you guys, we have other coaches, maybe myself, maybe you guys, think about your journeys. Think about the struggles and think about what's drawing you back in. It's been those around you. You are who you hang with. You're around a group of health coaches, and when you're starting to become unhealthy again as yourself, whether it's your body or your mind or your finances, who's there? It's your friends. It's the health coaches that you coach with, that you meet with on a Monday night with Nicole Stricker and the group in Irvine, or Tuesday nights with Tony and the group in Rancho Cucamonga, or Wednesday mornings in Monrovia. I mean, they're all over the place, these groups, and that's our community. So it's that much easier to be connected to the group instead of just being on your own. I mean, they're part of a community, don't get me wrong, when they're not health coaching. But think about our journeys and think about the support that we're getting from each other. We fall under each other. We make some of the greatest relationships of our lives through this. And we know that, hey, if I'm struggling, there's going to be somebody there to pick me up. The support is amazing. Our community of health coaches are life changers. We're not just helping clients, we're helping each other. 5 times more likely to keep the weight off if they become a health coach. Also, think about it this way. How many of them struggle at home because the other individuals around them aren't healthy? The other individuals have bad habits and they start tempting them and they start, oh, you don't need to do this. But they become a health coach and they start helping these individuals at home. Now their family, their friends, their coworkers, it's becoming that much easier for them to stay healthy. It's building a community around them and it's keeping their community strong. They're becoming that advocate for health. They're branding themselves as a health coach, and around them it's creating a micro community of people that can ensure that they're all helping each other stay healthy. So why not health coaching? Why not, when we can build a community around them and almost guarantee that they're going to be able to keep the weight off? If not, they're going to have a great avenue to come back to and get the weight off, right? It's like built-in health insurance is what we talk about. Think about that. Think about it. So why not health coaching? Built-in health insurance. Now, when do we bring it up to them? We start planting the seeds right away. We start telling them within the first calls, hey, you know what's going to happen? Within the first week, you're going to start melting away. And within the first 2 weeks, people are going to really start noticing. And then you have 2 options. You could either refer them over to me or you can coach them yourselves. So we're planting the seed right away from the get-go on the night before they're even going to start the program, because we're telling them what's going to happen. And then we have the celebration calls and we start talking about how this program and coaching has changed our lives, and they could start picking that up and seeing that too. So they start seeing it. They start seeing it in the celebration calls. They hear it like, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is what I can do. And then when it actually starts happening and they refer you a client, then what? Hey, you know, am I going to coach them or are you going to coach them? Okay, great. And whichever way, it's a plus, because we know that it's a great thing that can help them along the way in their journey. So that's kind of how we start offering it, start planting seeds here on each and every one of the calls. And then they start speaking in terms of a coach. You ask them a question, they respond back, and it's like, hey, coach, way to go, coach. You know, start it right away. Start it right away with them, okay? Let them know. I mean, we're not doing anything bad. In fact, we're helping them. I mean, look at it. 5 times more likely to keep the weight off, building a healthy community around them. They've come to us for a reason to help. It would be a shame if we're not offering this to them to help them along their journey that much further. So now we're going to go into questions, guys. Sorry, I kind of rushed through. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed it, but we're going to go into questions right now. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to open it up. If you do have any questions, feel free, come off of mute, and we'll go from there. Get it over to the gallery. All right. How was that, guys? Took us through kind of quick, kind of fast. Want to get you guys out on time. I promised 6:05 at the latest. Anybody got any questions? Yes, Maria? Okay, let me unmute you. Go for it.
Thank you, Dominic. That was great. I got a lot of notes. But I have a question. On when you said that, let me see, I wrote it down in here. Invite them to do the Wednesday night client support Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any of those Zooms that if the clients work nights, are there any Zooms that they can go to and they're recorded?
Yes, I believe those ones, if they go through Coach Connections, I think is where that's at, and they'll record some of those Zooms in there. You also might want to check Agents of Transformation. That's the Facebook site. Melody, you got something?
Yeah, they're at the pin post at the top of the groups, and you're discovering health or habits of Healthy Habits. It'll say pin post and it'll say HOH playbacks.
Yep.
Those are where they're at.
It's on your client support page also. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say client support. Your ordering site.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Nancy Thompson, where are you at?
I'm right here.
Okay, perfect.
Hello, Dominic.
Hello.
I just wanted to tell you that I had a client experience in her third week little or no weight loss, and I would have panicked had I not listened to how to handle a client. So I kind of thought about it this morning, and I kind of went, I got to turn this around, but I don't want to make this negative. So, I threw out those questions of, what did you learn this week? And what was a non-scale victory? And I was surprised that she actually turned it around and posted it in Discovering Health and said how much she appreciated her coach. And I just went, geez, I think Dominic gets all the credit.
No.
So I just wanted to thank you.
You're welcome, but that's definitely all you.
So you are really helping all of us.
Oh, thank you.
You're really helping all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, but definitely, this is just the knowledge, guys, but you guys putting it into action, that is the main thing. That's you guys doing it. So having that awareness, Nancy, and you being able to pull it back and do that, that's all you. That's all you. Great job.
Well, it's great mentors.
Great. All right. Anybody else have a question? All right. Anybody? Sorry, I can't see anybody else. Let's see. Nope. All right, guys, we are just past the 6 o'clock hour. I promised I would be in and out quick for you guys. So I appreciate your time. Please, guys, invite your teams. If they have questions, let's invite them next week. It'll be same. Next week is, you know what? We'll have to talk about that, guys, because it's Labor Day next week? So on Monday. So we'll have to talk about that. But invite the teams, get them on the calls. Definitely would love to see you all here. I appreciate you guys for all jumping on. JC, you got something?
Yeah, dude. If you don't mind, if it's not too late, I was just gonna ask if you can elaborate a little bit on when a client, for instance, is on plan, started on plan, did good check-ins with them for the first week, and everything is going well. All of a sudden, they disappear, and you can't get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
Call them, and they say, "I'll call you back." Nothing happens. You know what I mean? So what is typically what you do? Because you can always do an off the hook, right? And you can explain what that is.
Yep.
But what would be another way to approach that situation?
Ooh. I want to get some participation on this one if we can. I know for those of you guys that were on the call last week, we kind of discussed some of this. Who wants to help them out? If somebody wants to help them out, please come off mute, kind of explain. I know James Richard had something last week that was kind of similar to kind of what had happened. But if nobody jumps in, I'll be happy to answer that, JC. All right.
Nick,
All
it's
right.
Mike.
James. All right.
Is this okay?
Yep. Take it away.
Okay. We're new to the game, but we had a client who pretty much dropped off the map last week. We thought, what's going on with her? She had a little bit of negative feedback about the expenses and things like that. So we became concerned. So we reached out for as much as we could. Didn't hear anything for 3 or 4 days. Sure enough, today we get a message from her. Sorry, rough week last week.
I'm not ignoring you.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring you. This is the week that the anniversary of her husband's death. So he died 4 years ago.
Oh no, we didn't know that.
And we didn't know that this was the week that he passed. So she then proceeds to say, by the way, I'm down 6 pounds. So maybe that person isn't necessarily gone. Maybe they're busy and they'll eventually get back to you. But the only thing you could probably do is just continue to send those messages in a friendly tone, see if they're there, and hope for them to respond. If they don't, I don't know what to do after
And
that.
just
We've
say-
reached out as best we can and friendly enough.
Just checking to make sure you're okay.
Right.
Oh, I love that. Joan, Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Miranda, do you have something? No? Okay.
I do.
Okay, go
You
for
got
it.
a minute? What I didn't really. Oh, is that me?
Yep, James.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. He was breaking up, so I didn't hear his full question. But the experience that I had was very similar to what they just shared. Was client who did awesome. This was her second week, and she disappeared. And so what I learned, all I can do is do my part and just keep reaching out to her, let her know that she did great on program. I'm here for her if she needs me. But it was the same way. She just disappeared. She was doing amazing, had great results her first week. Second week, she was just like just gone, just MIA. So I kept reaching out to her, and then a week later, she messaged me saying, my phone was broken. I lost my phone or something like that. Her husband was in the hospital, he injured his back. So, I'm thinking all these thoughts like, she's gone, or learn it took away from that was I do my part, keep reaching out to her, let her know that I'm here for her when she's ready, when she needs me. But we really never know what's going on with people. So we just keep reaching out, and then when they're ready, they'll get back to us. So that was what I learned from that was she got back to me, letting me know, I'm still on program, doing well. Sorry. I'm ready. Here I am. Let's go. Let's pick up, continue.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
So yeah, I just want to piggyback on kind of what everybody had spoke to right now. JC, they just kind of, we do what we do. We stay consistent and we stay available to them. We meet them on their terms, because we can't want it more than they do. All we can do is come from a place of love and just do the steps that we know that we do. So it's just like when in client acquisition, same thing. When a client disappears, it's the touch points. It's the bouncing of the ball to them. And if they throw it back, then great. But we do have to realize that it's not us. Think about it. We have clients that lose 100 pounds and they're there with us every step of the way. And then we do the same exact thing for a client. They lose 5-6 pounds in the first week and then they disappear. Poof. What did we do? What did we do different? We didn't do anything different, We didn't do anything different at all, but it's their journey, and we have to understand that, hey, it's their journey, and let's move forward with them at their pace, So, like they said, we got to stay in a positive mind frame and mindset, knowing that it's not us, it's definitely them. But then we just keep the touch points, we keep maybe check their Facebook, maybe see kind of what's going on, maybe message them through Facebook. Hey, I'm just thinking about you. I just want you to know I'm here for you. Maybe we put them in our connections group maybe too, and they're part of that group. And when we send out our connections emails or whatnot, they're getting that email. So they know that we're still there. We just keep doing what we need to do. And when they're ready, they'll meet us on their terms. And sometimes that's all they need. Sometimes maybe they don't have a chance to give us a call back. And our calls and our texts and the accountability that we're still sending out to them, we're checking with them every week. Maybe that's all they need. And we have to be okay with that. Because it's their journey, but you just keep doing what you do, knowing what we know how to do, keep posting, keep messaging, keep following up on Follow Up Fridays. Do what we do, and some will and some won't, and we just have to be there for them and come from a place of love. So when they're ready, we're able to help them. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to end the call in the Zoom right now, and I'll be posting this later on today. But thank you all for joining again. Appreciate you all, and let's move forward from there.
Thanks, Dominic.
Hey, you're welcome, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Yep. Bye, guys.